Hey there, my name is Whitley Jane and I am a motivational speaker and host of the Get Inspired show. I was first introduced to Cham about a year ago through a friend. He came highly recommended, and for somebody who is a visionary and a little bit of a control freak, I have a really hard time being able to hand over something over to somebody and trust that they can do the job the way that I would do it. I completely was blown away by the results that Cham brought to my business. I honestly can't even imagine where I would be without him. He's played such a huge role in helping me deliver the final product within my my show series, the Get Inspired show. And so he has been extremely on top of everything. He's results driven, extremely efficient, and anytime that I've ever needed him, he's always been there right then and there to help me out. And he really knows what he's doing. He puts attention into the detail of what it is that he's creating. And so without him, I don't think that I would have the podcast. I don't think I would have the show through my YouTube channel. And he has just saved me a ton of time. Like, he saved me hours upon hours of time. I feel like I feel like I have this weight lifted off of my shoulders, and I can focus on the things that I'm really good at and be able to hand over something to him where I can just trust him and I know that he's going to do it the way that I would want it done. So I highly recommend Cham and his services. He is just amazing all around. So thank you, Cham, so much for helping me with my business and really helping me get the show off the ground and out into the world.
Hi, my name is Rensis and I am the head of marketing for one of the local dealerships of Hyundai here in Baguio City, Philippines. I worked with Cham before in creating a marketing video for an English as a second language program, and now currently we're working together in creating marketing videos for Hyundai cars. So far I find Cham fun and easy to work with. He is very knowledgeable and very professional in relation to his video editing craft, and he has a broad knowledge and experience in social media marketing. This is a great learning for me and value adding in terms of collaborating with him. And in relation to my profession, it's a big plus. So if you ever get the chance to work with Cham, especially in creating marketing videos, you can grab an opportunity, because I know this guy will help you make videos that work.
Hey, my name is Warren Kearns. I'm an online course creator based down here in South Africa. And as an online course creator, well, I create a lot of video content. And to edit that and to create good quality videos, well, it was becoming an increasingly time-consuming job, and one that I needed to outsource to somebody. To find somebody locally who could do the right job at the right price, well, it was becoming a big challenge for me. Thankfully, a friend of mine recommended and referred me through to Cham, and his team have just been great at delivering the project on time, on cost, and I just couldn't find anybody else who could do it like that. And I never look back. I send them all my work for all my video content creation processes. So if you're looking for somebody to help with your videos, then Cham is your guy.
Hey there, my name is Whitley Jane and I am a motivational speaker and host of the Get Inspired show. I was first introduced to Cham about a year ago through a friend. He came highly recommended. And for somebody who is a visionary and a little bit of a control freak, I have a really hard time being able to hand over something over to somebody and trust that they can do the job the way that I would do it. I completely was blown away by the results that Cham brought to my business. I honestly can't even imagine where I would be without him. He's played such a huge role in helping me deliver the final product within my my show series, the Get Inspired Show. And so he has been extremely on top of everything. He's results driven, extremely efficient, and anytime that I've ever needed him, he's always been there right then and there to help me out. And he really knows what he's doing. He puts attention into the detail of what it is that he's creating. And so without him, I don't think that I would have the podcast. I don't think I would have the show through my YouTube channel. And he has just saved me a ton of time. Like, he saved me hours upon hours of time. I feel like I feel like I have this weight lifted off of my shoulders, and I can focus on the things that I'm really good at and be able to hand over something to him where I can just trust him and I know that he's going to do it the way that I would want it done. So I highly recommend Cham and his services. He is just amazing all around. So thank you, Cham, so much for helping me with my business and really helping me get the show off the ground and out into the world.
Hi, my name is Francis, and I am the head of marketing for one of the local dealerships of Hyundai here in Baguio City, Philippines. I worked with Cham before in creating a marketing video for an English as a second language program, and now currently we're working together in creating marketing videos for Hyundai cars. So far, I find Cham fun and easy to work with. He is very knowledgeable and very professional in relation to his video editing craft, and he has a broad knowledge and experience in social media marketing. This is a great learning for me and value adding in terms of collaborating with him. And in relation to my profession, it's a big plus plus. So if you ever get the chance to work with Cham, especially in creating marketing videos, you can grab an opportunity, because I know this guy will help you make videos that work.
Hey, my name is Warren Kearns. I'm an online course creator based down here in South Africa. And as an online course creator, well, I create a lot of video content. And to edit that and to create good quality videos, well, it was becoming an increasingly time-consuming job, and one that I needed to outsource to somebody. To find somebody locally who could do the right job at the right price, well, it was becoming a big challenge for me. Thankfully, a friend of mine recommended and referred me through to Cham, and his team have just been great at delivering the project on time, on cost, and I just couldn't find anybody else who could do it like that. And I never look back. I send them all my work for all my video content creation processes. So if you're looking for somebody to help with your videos, then Cham is your guy.
So in this webinar, we will be talking about the signature high converting sales video masterclass. And I said signature, and earlier I titled this as unique high converting sales video, which is what it really means. But I decided to change it to signature because, yep, that's what we are going through right now. I want you to create your signature. It means it's your own. It's something unique. It's something distinct for you, not like not similar to those other sales videos that you can see out there. So, uh, our, yep. So by the end of this webinar, you will discover how to create a unique high converting sales video that stands out from the noise. Because you might watch a lot of sales videos in your industry, and chances are they are almost similar, saying the same things. And what your goal is supposed to be is to be different from the rest, so that your video will stand out. And later on, we will go through how you can do this. And by the way, we also have a contest here. If you can share your light bulb moment from this webinar in our Facebook group. And by the way, let me just grab, if you're not yet a member of our Facebook group, let me just grab the link to that group so that you can join, and you can tell your any enlightenment whatsoever later on in this webinar, because we will be having a contest. And the best light bulb moment that I will read, I will pick the winner, and you will have a free one-on-one session with me. And we will craft your video content, and we will craft your video script. So let me just copy that link of our Facebook group. So if you're not yet a member of that group, you can join right now. And later on, you can use this hashtag. Hashtag light bulb moment, and you can write any enlightenment, anything that you learned from this webinar, and I will pick a winner, and I will have a free one-on-one session with you, and we will craft your video content script for your sales video. So this is something that I've never done before, so I'm doing it right now. So I hope to see your light bulb moments later on, and I will pick the winner later on. All right, so if you remember, this is the usual things that we learn from most of the gurus out there. Wherein this is you, and of course you have your audience, and so you want to create your video for your audience, right? And this is the usual process. Wherein we start with a research. Chances are we do a survey, or we search on Google, and we go to YouTube and see those comments, and maybe find their pains and struggles, and their aspirations, whatever they want to do in their life. And then from that, we write a script, right? And then we, of course, in that script, we will insert all those pains and struggles that our audience mentioned. And then we will base our script out from that. And then after that, we will record our video. And it might be a talking head video, or a screen capture video, or maybe even an animated video. And then we will edit the video, publish it on our sales page. So is this process familiar to you? Can you please add on the chat box if this is the usual process that you've been doing before? Let me just hear what you think. Yep. So yeah, this is the usual script that we learned, right? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with this script. In fact, this can still work. But like I said, if your goal is to to create a video that stands out from the rest, you must be you must think differently. And I'm not saying that this is wrong and we must correct it. What I'm trying to say is that you must do something so that you will be different from what the rest are doing, so that as you will be outside the box, and think differently. So again, we will dig deeper into this later on, but I just want to present this as the usual way of creating, especially the content for our videos. And if that's what you do, this is what's happening. Your video might be one of these, and as you can see, it is just similar from any other videos out there. So if that's the case, then your video will never stand out. Your video might be good and it's academically correct. You followed all the steps that gurus are teaching out there, but the problem with that is that it will not stand out, and there's no difference from your video from those other videos out there. And as some other gurus out there are saying, you will blend your video, and you will just be gone in the sea of sameness. Rather, your goal must be do something like this. And of course, seeing this, what will be the what can you see from this? What catches your attention from this graphics right here? Yep, the color. Because yes, it's bigger and it's distinct from the rest. It's yes, the placement. It's unique from the rest of these other graphics, right? It's brighter, right? So this must be your goal in your video as well. As you can see, it stands out from the rest because it has a different color. It is bigger, it's orange, and the rest is blue. And if you ask some other gurus out there, they say that you must be the purple cow, that's something that they never seen before, for you to stand out. Or when I joined Brandon Lucero's boot camp, he said you must be the purple dog in the sea of cats. So if all the other videos out there are cats, you must be distinct and you must be the purple dog and you must stand out from the rest, and so that your target audience will see just you and they will just ignore everyone else and just focus on your own sales video. But you can just call it however you want, but the point here is that your goal is must be to create a sales video that stands out from the rest. So I guess you're getting the idea already. So let's not spend so much time on this. Rather, let's dive deeper on how you can actually do this. All right. So the next question here is that, so how to be unique and stand out, right? Because if you see these graphics, well, that's easy. All you have to do is make this graphic and represent it. But how can you actually do this in the real world? So how can you be unique and stand out in the real world when it comes to video marketing, specifically to sales videos? So first, let's start with your messaging, because as you know, when it comes to videos, there's this messaging, and then there's this audio-visual component that comes with it. But let's start with the messaging, which is actually the content of your video. So this is what we were taught to do, like what I showed you earlier. We will do some audience research, and we will check on their pains and struggles, their dreams and aspirations. And then based on that, we will craft an offer, and we will design our product, our service, or whatever we are offering, based on their pains and struggles and dreams and aspirations. And this is what I myself am doing in the past. And again, there's nothing wrong with this. But the problem with this process is that sometimes there's a disconnect, and sometimes you have to compromise. Even if you don't like what they want, you have to offer what they want because, well, that's where the money is, as they say, right? That's what they wanted, so that's what you should offer to them. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what everyone else is doing. But if you want to stand out and if you want your offer to be distinct from the rest, you might want to stay outside the box and not be limited by this usual process. So I know this is something unusual, and this is something what in contrast to what everyone else is teaching. And I understand if you find it somewhat, what are you talking about, Cham? Are you sure that works? But yeah, I understand if you feel that way, but just stay here with me and you understand later on why I am teaching this. And by the way, I did not invent this myself. I learned this from a lot of other mentors out there. I enrolled to a lot of video marketing courses and messaging and all that. And lately, I came into this, and it really changed the way I run my business right now. So right now, I want you to open your mind and be open to this new thing that I'm going to show you right now. In fact, it is even not a new thing. Some other guys out there are already doing it, but only a few people are doing this so that they can stand out. And I want to introduce you this type of process as well. And instead of doing this, instead of being affected usually by the external things like what others wanted, just remember who you are. Rediscover yourself, because actually instead of inventing an avatar like what they usually teach, like okay, you need to imagine this certain avatar, like for example, women in their uh, 40s or 40 plus, and then this is what they wanted, this is their struggle. Instead of imagining that, why not look at you, remember who you are, because actually you are the avatar, and what you wanted to do is attract those people who are almost similar to you, and then craft an offer that you can give to those types of audiences. So does that make sense? Let me go to my next slide here and give you a real example. So anyone here knows who Robert Kiyosaki is and his book Rich Dad Poor Dad? I believe a lot of us read that book. So did you read that book as well? Yep, of course. If you are in the internet, business niche, you surely read this book already, like most of us. And personally, it actually changed the way I see things about schooling and doing business as well. And if you see this process, if you see what Robert Kiyosaki did, this is if you read that book, you know that the content of the book is actually his journey, and it's all about his experiences. And I believe he did not, he did not go to research and did some surveys and created a content that his target audience wanted, right? Rather, he went deeper in himself and talks about his journey, look back into his experiences that his poor dad taught him that as long as you study hard and then you find a good job, then that's good to go, which is what's the norm during that time, what everyone is teaching during those times. But what Robert Kiyosaki did is that he learned from his rich dad, who in rather start your own business, build your own asset, and then he even said that education will just make you poor. So he created some content that goes against the grain, and he really stood out. And so from himself, from those journey, from his experiences, he then created a signature program. And of course, he actually wrote a lot of books, but the most popular that we all know is the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. And he created this signature program, which is his process. And then he did some result. He had this result that he wanted his target audience to achieve, which is a transformation, and that is to start their own business instead of just relying on 9 to 5 job and just making your boss rich, as they say, right? So what I encourage you to do is also look back into this process and follow this same structure that I'm showing to you right now. So does that make sense? Can you is what I'm saying actually resonating with you right now? Yes, of course. Yeah. Okay, so let me actually apply this to myself. So let me just proceed to my next slide right here. So let me just use myself as an example here. And so this is what I did, especially lately. I look back into myself, into my own journey and experiences. So if you want, you can also do this together with me. If you have some notebook or pen right there, you can do this together with me. So you can make like 3 columns. And then the first column, you can write you, and then your journey and your experience. So you can write anything. So for example, for myself, I was totally unknown I was totally unknown in the video marketing or internet marketing industry. In fact, even in business perspective, I am totally unknown. And then I was a poor college graduate. So I resonate well with Robert Kiyosaki because I agree with what he said. Even if I graduated from college, I transferred from one job to the other, but I was still poor, And then I became a TV video editor. I worked as a freelancer, and lately I became a video marketer, and then I'm also a family man. So as you can see here, I'm looking at my inward stature. My journey, my own perspective in life, and what I wanted to do is attract those people who are almost similar with my own experiences. So since I'm into videos, like most of you here, I believe that you are also into videos as well, and that's why you enrolled in my courses, because we have some kind of similarity, right? So that's what you wanted. That's what I wanted you to do as well. And I also wrote here that I'm a family man. So chances are I want to attract those people who also have some families, and they do their business, they do what they do because they have a why, quote unquote why, and that is their family. And if that's you, chances are I was able to attract you as well because we have some kind of similarity. So that's what I did. And as you can see here, no one, your journey and your experiences are always unique, and that what's make you unique and distinct from everyone else. And although, of course, we might have some the same experiences, but still, you will have a different perspective compared to any other people out there. So there's no two persons who are almost who are completely similar. As I say, even twins are not similar in their personality, right? Or even if they are identical twins, chances are they are still different in their personality. So in the same manner, if you wanna, become unique and distinct, especially in creating videos. By the way, I want to go for first this part because this is really important before we go to the technical things about video creation and all those stuff. Because I want to make these things clear first, because I really want you to create a sales video that stand out. So yeah, that's what I wanted you to do right now. I wanted you to look back into yourself, into your own journey, into your own experiences, and you can write down anything else that you think you passed through. If you have some struggles in the past that you passed through, and you are now like this, like you transferred from A to B, those are the things that you need to focus into. And then from there, you can create a program, your signature program. And myself, what I'm creating right now is this program called Create. And I'm on the process of building this big program that I will be focusing on right now. And what I wanted you to do is create something like this as well. And you might say, but Cham, what if my business is different? Like I own a local business, or I provide a service, I sell physical products. Well, yep, yeah, all you have to do is just adjust things a little bit, but the idea is still almost similar. Like for example, if you're a real estate agent and or a real estate broker, and you're selling, properties and all that, you must think of something that separates you from all the other, real estate agents and brokers out there, so that you can sell more, compared to your other competitors. Like you can name a program instead of just selling your real estate property right away, like straight away. You can think of ways to help your target audience, like giving some advice on how to invest in a real estate property. Is it better to invest in a condominium unit or a house and lot property, something like that, and you can name your signature program, your process, and you can name your program into something that they never heard before, to make you something unique. And I will go to this aspect as well more later on. But yeah, you need to have some kind of a process, a unique process that's distinct from everyone else. And then here you need to add some kind of transformation that you want your target audience to achieve. And chances are this will be something that you yourself pass through, so that you can easily relate with them, because, well, you yourself pass through that kind of transformation, or you got that result as well. So like, for example, like I said, for myself, I was totally unknown, but eventually I was little by little became an authority in my area, which is the video marketing niche, especially the video creation part. And I understand this feeling of being unknown, and that you have this value to offer, but because you're totally unknown, it's really hard to for your target audience, for your ideal customers and clients to know you. But thankfully, I was able to transition into. I passed through those processes, like these things. I became a video marketer, and now I'm becoming an authority in my niche. And so that's something that I wanted to take a look at as well. And you must list down a transformation that you wanna provide, or you wanna have your target audience to have as well. All right. So yeah. How are you doing so far? Does this make sense to you? Okay, good. Yep. All right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Great, great, great. So yep, this is something that I wanted you to do, and we will go through this more later on. But let me proceed. Okay, so earlier I talked about the messaging, and we will talk more about that later on once we go to the uh, script writing or the crafting of your content. But let me proceed to the audio visual aspect of a sales video as well. And if you've been following me for quite some time, you know that I always talk about this, the different types of video styles, which are live action video, animated video, screen capture video, or hybrid, or a combination of all these. And let's go to each of these one by one, and let's see if where your kind of business will be applicable to. So let's start with live action video. And when we say live action video, of course, it means the video itself. Let's say, for example, your talking head video, or if you're a real estate broker and you're showing live video of that property, then that's a live action video. And a live action video is great for showing the real thing, of course, right? For example, for me right now, I do a lot of talking head video, and this is good for, especially for coaches, for teachers, for real estate, for professionals, especially if you're a real estate broker or something, if you're a dentist, a lawyer, or even if you sell some physical properties, physical products, you know, because of course you need to see that real thing. So you need to use a live action video. And unfortunately, this is something that almost no one is talking about. A lot of guys out there are just developing animated video creation software and say that if you use this, you'll create the most amazing type of video, but that's not the case. You know, there are cases wherein for your type of business, you actually need to use a live action video, right? So for example, if I'm teaching, let's say I'm a chef and I want to teach how to cook, right? I cannot use for example, doodle video. Even no matter how professional that doodle video or animated video is, that's not the right kind of video for that kind of topic, right? So you need to understand the type of video that you will use for your sales video. And again, like I said, for myself, I do more live action. I actually combine all of this, but most of the time I use live action videos this time, especially for professionals or for coaches and teachers out there. If you want to build more rapport to your audience, I highly recommend that you do talking head videos, especially during this time around. I know that it's kind of nerve-wracking if you're not used to, facing your camera or recording yourself in front of a camera, but it's a learnable skill. As soon as you get used to it, time will come and it will be good. In fact, up to right now, I still struggle on making my video in front of a camera. I was, a video editor, and I was used to making videos behind the camera, behind the laptop, and all that. But once I started it, it's just a matter of getting used to it. So I know it's kind of hard sometimes, but I highly recommend that you just try and practice, and one day you will be good at it. And again, you don't have to be really good at making talking head videos. The good thing about this stage is that you can always edit out those mistakes and cover them with b-rolls, and we will soon talk more about that. But if you're in those kinds of industries that I mentioned, I highly recommend that you actually use live action video. So who among you here think that a live action video is actually the best type of style that can work for their business? Is live action video good for you? No? Depends. Okay. Yes, in most cases. Okay, right. Yeah, because of course, for some cases, live action video might not be the best. Yeah, it's harder to do, but yes, I admit it's harder to do. But again, like I said, for example, especially for coaches, if you want to build rapport, I highly recommend that you do talking head videos, because it's really different if your students or your target audience see you yourself in front of a camera, because they see a real person, not just an actor or an animated character, and like I said, if you want your video to be unique, then that's the best way to make your video visually unique, because it's you, right? And you cannot be copied by anyone else out there, because it's you that they can see in in your video. So I highly recommend that you still try, even if it's hard. But yep, so that's for live action videos. So let's proceed, and let me talk about the other types as well. And the next one is animated videos. And animated videos are great for visualizing abstract concept, something that, and this is something that, of course, live action videos cannot do. For example, in our time today, how can you show uh, COVID-19 virus, right? It's impossible to show that in a live action video unless you have a microscope and you see that through a microscope. But of course, the best and easiest way to visualize a virus is just by using an animated video. Aside from that, animated videos are good for triggering emotion and exaggerating things. Like if you want to show uh, love, for example. Of course, you can say love in your live action video, but it's really different if it's an animated video and you see some animated characters, like there are some animated hearts popping up, and those are things that you cannot actually show in a live action video. And this is where animated videos can really come in and help a lot. So if you animated videos are great for industries like software, for example. And if you see a lot of software products out there, their sales videos are usually animated videos because, well, for them to explain the concept of the software that they are selling, it's a lot better to do that in an animated video than let's say a talking head video, right? Of course, you can also use a screen capture video, but sometimes if you want your video to be a lot more interesting and a lot more engaging, that's where animated videos can come in. So who among you here thinks that animated video is the best video for their business? Is animated video good for your business? The best style that works for your business? Yeah, again, it depends, yes. For explainer videos, yep, they work well, I agree. Right? Right. Again, so yep, those are the things where animated videos can work really well. So, okay, let's now move to the next style, which is a screen capture video. And of course, screen capture videos are usually good for teaching online on your membership online course, for example. And if you have a presentation like what I'm doing right now, or if you are, demonstrating a certain software or a website on how to do this on a website, of course, this is where screen capture videos can come in, and they really work well in that kind of video as well. So what I wanted you to do is actually just think of the best style that works for your business. But if you ask me personally, I highly recommend combining the use of all of these, because that's fine, Dennis. All right. So just combine the use of all of this, and for example, for myself, although in most cases live action talking head videos is the one that I'm doing, sometimes live action videos from start to finish, like for example, if you just watch me talking from 0 seconds to 5 minutes, you might be bored and you might get tired of seeing my ugly face, right? So what I usually do is that I add some combinations, like in between my videos I add some animations as well. Sometimes I do a screen capture video, and I just combine the use of all of this, so that in my video I use all the strength of each of this style, so that I have my talking head video, I'm building rapport, I'm showing that I'm genuine, I'm not just an actor, and I'm a very personal. But aside from that, I also use animated videos to visualize some abstract concept in what I'm saying in my video. And from time to time, I also use screen capture in case I want to, show some videos of other websites or other places online. So I also use screen capture videos within my video. So that's what I personally do, and it's really up to you. Like I said, we have different types of businesses, so just find something that works really well for your business. You can just use a single style, something that works really well for you. But just for me, I really love using the combining the use of all of these. All right, so let me just have a certain like let me hear from you. What's the best style that you're actually using for your video, or what's the best style that you want to use for your video? Is it live action video, animated video, or screen capture video? Okay, live action, good. And of course, for my review videos, I usually do screen capture. In fact, in the past, I was all three. That's good. In the past, I was so afraid to face the camera as well, and so in the past, I was just using screen capture videos. But lately, I went outside my comfort zone. Sometimes you gotta you gotta face your fears. And I'm thankful that during the last few years, I'm now being comfortable in front of a camera, and I'm now getting used to creating live action videos. Yes, good. So I'm glad to see that some of you are also wanted to combine the use of all of this. So good. All right. So yep. So that's for the video aspect. So let's now proceed to the next one as well, which is all about audio. And audio is actually something that's not usually talked about in the video creation industry. A lot of people are just talking about your content and your visual component, but almost no one is talking about audio. But what everyone, but actually, audio is a very important aspect of a video. Actually, if your audio is not working well, or if it's not so clear, then no matter how good your content or your video is, your visual content is, it will never work. So you have to make sure that your audio content is also good. It must be quality, and that's why I always recommend using quality mic. And I'm not saying that you have to purchase a very expensive microphone like what recording artists out there are using. I'm just saying that it's really great to invest in some kind of microphone like what I'm doing, like what I'm using right now. This is a clip mic, and this is a very affordable microphone that you can just use together with your smartphone or your laptop, for example, and that's already good. The point here is that the better the quality of your audio is, the better your video will be. So for the audio, you can use it for your talking head. For example, if you're creating a live action talking head video, then of course your audio right here is already the audio of your video, and you have to make sure that the video of the audio of that talking head video is clear enough so that your audience can understand you well, and learn what you're talking about in your video, so that they will purchase your products or services. Again, otherwise, no matter how good your content is, it will never work. So you have to pay attention to the audio of your video as well. And the other type of video is the voiceover. Like for example, if you're creating a screen capture video or an animated video, and you just want to do a voiceover, of course you have to make sure that the audio of that voiceover is quality enough as well. And sometimes I also add a music video. Sometimes I add music with some visuals that goes with the video, and that's another great way to make your video exciting as well. And of course, sometimes it's a great idea to use a background music, and this is just a subtle way of adding some emotions to your video, something that other people neglect, but they don't know that background music is actually very important. So, for example, if you remember those, especially those motivational videos that you watch out there, think about it. If you remove that background music from that video and just leave it with the visuals and the voiceover, I can tell you that the impact will be different. Will not be as good as when you have that background music. So that's how important background music is for sales videos. So again, even if it's just like a small aspect of a video, I highly recommend that you still do not neglect the quality of videos of audio. So because it's a very very important aspect of a video. So yep, I don't want to go too technical to the audio visual aspect. I guess you got the idea. So let me now proceed to the next part. And yep, I want to introduce you to the video marketing universe. All right. So can you see this? Can you see this picture right now? the video marketing universe before I talk about it? Okay, good. All right, so I can actually just name this as the big video marketing picture or something, but I was actually playing around with my daughter, like when I was making this slide, and she was watching the planets and galaxies, and she began to talk about the universe and whatnot. So I got this idea from her. So I thought, why not use that in my slide? So I created my own video marketing universe as well. Again, my original title for this one was that the big video marketing picture, but sometimes you can learn from your daughter. So I created this video marketing universe. All right, so let me go through this big picture. So the kind of video that you will create actually depends on where you will use that video. And particularly in this video, in this webinar, we are talking about this video right here, which is the sales video for your front end in your funnel. And chances are you already have a sales funnel. And usually you have this front end funnel and you have this sales video. And then for some, they also have upsell numbers 1 and 2. And of course, sometimes you also need to have some videos on those upsells as well. But aside from this, there are also videos from other places. Like, for example, for me, I use Facebook, especially for my video ad. I use a video ad a lot, and it's where I'm getting most of my traffic nowadays that I'm bringing to my sales video. And this year I began to become active on Instagram as well. I was ignoring it for quite some time because I thought it's not for me, but I realized that I actually need it, and so I began to use Instagram as well, and then of course YouTube. And Facebook and Instagram for me usually are good for video ads, and of course you can also use this to get some organic traffic through videos. But in most cases for Facebook and Instagram, they really work well for running ads. But when it comes to organic traffic, YouTube is still king because of course it's owned by Google, and I personally use YouTube for video SEO purposes, wherein I rank my YouTube videos so that they will be searched on Google or YouTube, and then I can bring the traffic then to my sales video. And again, the type of video that you create for each of these will be different. For example, if I'm creating a video for YouTube, then I need to target that keyword because YouTube is all about keyword. But if I'm creating a video ad for Facebook, I don't have to target a keyword because anyway, I will just have to place that in front of my audience. And so all I have to do is create a video with a great hook so that I can capture the attention of people on Facebook and make them watch my video on Facebook. And then aside from this, there are also some other videos which I call the awareness videos, and I usually do this on Facebook and Instagram as well. And these are the videos that not necessarily sell your product, but these are videos that just build awareness about you, about your brand, wherein you create some interesting videos that to reach out your ideal clients or your ideal students, to the called audiences, and for you to warm them up, for you to introduce yourself, your brand, what you do, and what you know, what you can provide, and all that. But again, we don't necessarily sell a product here, but just warm them up. And then once they are warmed up, you can retarget them and then introduce an ad. And then from this ad, you can then bring them to your sales video. So as you can see here, sometimes if you do good in these other videos right here, if you do good on your awareness and video ad, you don't have to be salesy on your sales video anymore, because if your audience passed through this process of watching your awareness videos, and they already kind of know who you are, they know what you do, and then you retargeted them and showed them some video ads and got them excited about your offers, and you brought them to your sales page, this is already a no-brainer, So I want to show this as well instead of just talking about sales videos, so that you will have a broad idea about what's happening in the video marketing world, so that when we talk about this, you understand that here you don't have to be too salesy, because anyway you can already do some other things in these other parts of the video marketing universe as well. So does that make sense? Are you getting the idea of the video marketing universe before we go specifically to sales videos? Oops. Okay, good. Uh, for tracking everything, you can actually track them on your video ad. If you run a video ad campaign on Facebook, I don't want to be too technical here, but for example, if I run an awareness campaign, video campaign, and what I usually, for example, in my last month, I created this video where I talked about uh, why Netflix can make you more productive. So as you can see, it's like it has nothing to do with video marketing, right? But I'm just using that as an awareness campaign, and I targeted those people who are into business, entrepreneur, and all that. And I was just playing around, and I proved to them that watching videos on Netflix can actually make them more productive. And then after that, I retargeted them with another video ad. But in this other video ad, I already told them that there's this software that can make you more productive. So if you want to learn more about this software, blah blah blah, and I got deeper into this, and then I brought them to the sales page, which is in this case, it's not actually my product, but an affiliate product. So as you can see, you can apply this not only to your product, but even to affiliate offers as well. So this is really powerful, So this is something that you can do as well, right? So that's how I run my awareness to video ad to my sales video. So did I answer your question, Mark? Is that Mark? Yep. So okay, yeah. All right. So that's how the video marketing universe go. That's the big picture. But right now, I cannot talk about all these things in one webinar, because as you can see, it's very vast, like a universe. So I cannot talk about all of them. But this is something that I will talk in all details in my upcoming program, signature program Create, which I'm actually building. And actually, some of you became a beta member of that already. But that's not the focus right now. Right now, I want to focus on this part, which is specifically for sales video. So let's now proceed to the next slide here, which is on how to create your unique sales video. All right, so again, for you to create a unique sales video, you again need to ask who you are and who do you want to attract. And if you remember during the start of this webinar, I talked about remembering who you are, and then looking back into your journey and experiences. And then, of course, the people that you want to attract are those who are almost similar with you. And, create a program based on that, and then create a transformation or a result that you want to offer to them. So you must have these things. You need to ask who you are, who are the people that you want to attract, and what results are you helping your audience to achieve. So for example, for Robert Kiyosaki, he was a businessman, a business person, a thought leader, and then the result that he wants his audience to achieve is to start their own business, something like that. So if you are a real estate broker, you can say, I'm a real estate broker and I want to attract people who wanted to have their dream house, so that they will not be struggling to pay the rent every single month. And of course, that's the transformation that you want them to achieve. For me, for example, I'm now I want to be a thought leader in my niche, which is video marketing, and I want to attract entrepreneurs, and I want to transfer them from being unknown to become an authority leader in their niche through video marketing. So you need to have some kind of statement that's almost similar to that. So this is the first thing that you need to have. So I don't know, can someone share if who are they and what the results they want their audience to achieve? Can you type on the chat if you don't mind, if one of you wanted to share? If not, that's okay. But okay, Alexa, can you please share who you are, who do you want to attract, and what results are you helping your audience to achieve? Okay, so Alexa is a clinical psychologist. So that's who you are. So who are the people that you want to attract? Help people promote their ideas. Great. So, okay, this is great, but can you be more specific about the type of people? Because actually, yeah, about the people that you want to attract, we cannot just attract everyone, you know. We need to be more specific because it's impossible to just attract everyone. You need to nail down your niche into specific people, type of people. Like, for example, for me, I don't want to attract those who are in the wedding industry or in the corporate whatever, or I'm just attracting the entrepreneurs or something like that. Oh, okay, coaches. So coaches, right? So yep. So this is an example. So this is a real example. So for example, for Alexa, he is a clinical psychologist. He want to attract coaches, and the results that she wanted them to achieve is to promote their ideas in coaching. Right? Am I correct? So there we go. Thanks, Alexa. Can we give a round of applause for Alexa here? Right. So thank you, Alexa, for sharing your who you are and what you do. So that's guys, that's the step that we first need to have. We need to be clear on who we are, the results that the people we wanted to attract, and the results that we can give to our audience. So once you have this, you can now proceed to crafting your content. So all right, so I want to dig deep into this. So please focus your attention because this is probably the meat of this webinar. So this is the most important part. So here, this is, and if you want, you can actually do this together with me. This can be an exercise so that I'll not just be here, talking and talking, and you're just listening. But if you want, I highly recommend that you can have your pen and a notebook right there, and you can write some things and do this together with me. So from there, since you already have, you know who you are and what you do, the people you wanted to attract, the result that you want your audience to have. Yep, we have a recording for this one. Don't worry about it. We will have a replay soon. And then so here, after having all those things, you can then craft your content. So it will be a lot easier for you to craft your content once you have those in place, right? So in crafting your content, like I said earlier, you still need to understand the traditional rule, So like I said here, understand the traditional sales video script, then break the rule. So what are you talking about, Cham? You might ask, but let me explain. So for example, in the video shooting 101 or in photography 101, we learned in college that there's a rule of having the shot. There are different types of shots, angles, and all that. And then after that, our teacher said that, yes, those are the rules, but if you want to be unique and if you want your artwork to stand out, you need to break that rule. And then he said something like this. But how can you even break the rule if you don't know the rule? Does that make sense? So that's what I'm trying to do right now as well. I want to introduce to you and teach you the rule. But after this, I encourage you to break the rule and not be limited by this rule if you want your video to stand out. So, yep. So that's the first thing that we need to do is understand this rule first, the traditional sales video script. And then if you want, you can play around with this and you can break the rule and go out of the box. And by the way, later on, I will show you some examples of video that totally went outside the box in their video content, but their sales videos are really crushing it. But yep, before breaking the rule, of course, we still need to understand the rule. So in your sales video, the very first part is the hook, or the part wherein you need to say something or you need to show something to grab the attention of your audience. So you can do this by asking a question, by giving a big statement, or by doing some humor. If if you're a funny person and you have that personality, then you can use that as well. or you can also use some visuals. So for example, in the video that we just created for the Hyundai car for Rensis, uh, they actually don't have this hook. So what I did in that video is that I had to use some visuals. So I had to make some exciting, a music video of the parts of the car with an exciting music to hook the attention of the audience. So that's the first thing that you need to have. You need to have a hook. But if you don't have that visual hook, you can also say something. You can ask questions. So, for example, in the case of Alexa, so Alexa, let me just use your example. Uh, she can actually ask a question. So, for example, she can say, uh, "Do you want to be able to bring out your ideas easily, so that in your coaching program, your students can understand your concept in a very clear way without having to be too technical or blah 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 blah, something like that." So you can also start with a question, or you can say a big statement like, "In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your ideas clear enough so that your students can understand you well without having to," and you can mention something that they don't want to do. So that's a classic copywriting hook that uh, marketers out there are using. So you can also use that kind of hook. So that's the hook. So I hope you got that. So what I wanted you to do is do something in your niche that works for your niche. So for example, if I'm a real estate agent, I can say something like, do, do you wanna have the house of your dreams without having to spend a lot of money and without paying monthly rent, something like that. So you need to mention some struggles that they have right now, and some result that you wanted them to have. So that's the hook. All right. So after the hook, you can then introduce yourself and build credibility. And in introducing yourself and in building credibility, of course, you must do this as short as possible, and you can brag without bragging. And what I mean by that is that instead of just saying, "Hi, my name is Chamal Tatis. I've been making videos for the last 10 years. I did this and that. I'm an awesome guy." You need to connect your credibility to the to your experience, or the experience that your audience had, that you also went through, so that you can connect your introduction to this part, which is relating with their problems. So in myself, for example, I can say, "Hi, my name is Chamal Tatis, and after making multiple sales videos for the last 10 years, I know the problem of talking in front of the camera. I know the struggle of technical things, blah 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 blah," something like that. So that's the way to introduce yourself and build credibility without being too, what do we call that? Well, being like you're bragging a lot. So does that make sense? So if you introduce yourself and build your credibility, do it in a way that it's soft enough and it's connected to uh, relating with the problems. So so that's the next part already. After introducing yourself, you need to relate with your problems, and this is your chance to actually connect with your audience. And here you need to understand, you need to mention the situation where you are at before, and the best way to do this is actually tell your story. And this is where you can really get unique as well, because your story is always unique. Your story is not always is surely different from anyone else's story out there. So this is where you can stand out from the rest of other people in your niche. So for example, again, in my case, I can say something like, I understand that in the past that I myself also passed through that, being a known person. I know that I have this value to offer to the world, but I was totally unknown, and I really wanted to make a video and show myself on camera, but I was so afraid because uh, I'm afraid for people to see my face. I have this lousy accent. Uh, English is not my first language, and people from other parts of the world might not understand me. They might laugh at me, and so I understand that struggle. So you see what I did right there. I was relating to my audience's problems, and if they pass through that, if they are passing through that problem as well, they will surely feel me. They can surely connect with me. So that's the best way to relate with your audience problem by telling your story. So that's the next part of the script. And then after that, you can then explain your solution. And in your explaining your solution, do not just straightforward and say, for example, in my case, I can say, so buy my course, enroll in my course about video marketing. I should not just do that. I should explain my course in a very distinct and unique way. And so that's the importance of having that signature program that you will name your program. So in my case, it's named Create. So I named it in a way that they never heard before. It's totally distinct and unique. And if you do that, your audience will actually focus on you. And by the way, this is a tip that I want to give you right now. You should always think of a name that's so unique that your audience never heard before, so that they will never look at anyone else's programs, but just your program. So see how powerful that is. You need to have that program as well. And again, if you are in the physical product niche or some other types of niche, you can also do this. Just think of other ideas to position your product different from anybody else's out there. So, for example, if yours is a restaurant, of course, you have the name of a restaurant, but you need to have some kind of distinct feature in your restaurant that's different from everyone else's out there. So, if you're selling pizza, I don't know, we have 10 layers of toppings. Maybe you can name your pizza the 10-layer toppings pizza can solve all your hunger. Something I don't know, something like that. So. Right. So that's something that you can do. So of course, and then here, what I recommend you to do is that you can then introduce your product, and then you can mention about the features and the benefits of your product. For example, you have the 3 pillars of clearing your mind so that you'll be the best coach ever, something like that. And then pillar number 1 is blah 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 blah. Pillar number 2, yada yada, something like that. So see what I did right there in explaining your solution. You can position your program as distinct, and then you need to mention that distinct name, and then talk about the features and benefits, and you can mention about the 3 pillars of something, or the 3 concepts, or the 3 principles of our program, something like that, in your product. All right, so after introducing your solution, the product that can solve the problems, chances are you wanted them to click that buy now button right away. But before that, the best way to do this is actually to build anticipation. And the best way to build anticipation, and because they're already getting excited at this part, that this program will solve my problem. This is amazing. But to make it even more amazing, the next part that you need to add is a social proof. And the best way, of course, to add a social proof is to add some video testimonials from your previous students, previous members. So it's a great idea to ask some video testimonials, so that you can add that as your social proof. If you don't have video testimonials, you can also add text, and maybe just add them as slides in your video, and that can work as well. But video testimonials are still the most powerful one. And if you still don't have any social proof of them at the moment, what you can do is, search some stats, or maybe quotes from thought leaders in your niche. For example, you can quote what Robert Kiyosaki did, or any thought leader in your industry, and you can add that as a social proof. If you still don't have video testimonials at the moment, although if you can, the best way to do this is actually to add video testimonials from your previous students. All right. So after that, you can then go to the last part, which is, of course, you need to tell them what to do next. Now that they got excited, they saw some social proof, testimonials, and they are excited to join your program, you still need to tell them what to do. Like, so click the button below, and you'll be taken to blah, 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 checkout page. You can enter your information and enroll in my program, something like that. Or if you're a local business, you can visit our shop. This is the address, or you can call this phone or number on the screen, and we can continue our conversation, something like that. We can book your appointment, something like that. So here in call to action, all you have to do is just tell them what to do. All right, so I that makes sense. Did you get this video script formula that I showed? All right. Okay. Yep. So once you have this formula, uh, it's really up to you if you wanna go through them and write your script word per word, and that's what I've been doing in the past as well. I spend like even days, even a week to to actually write my script. But lately, I uh, my daughter is calling me. uh, but I realized that sometimes you don't have to write your script word per word. Sometimes all you have to do is follow this outline and just talk casually. And sometimes that's even more effective because it's casual, it's personal, it's very informal, and in many cases, people can relate better with that kind of talking head video. So uh, what I uh, what I recommend you to try is do this as well, and just get used to talking on camera. I know that it's really weird talking to an object, but just train yourself talking to a camera like that camera is your best friend or your spouse, and just talk casually, and you don't have to follow a word per word script. Just make a hook and, for example, start with a question, introduce yourself, and don't worry if you make mistakes, because anyway you can edit that and you can just cover those mistakes along the way. The important thing is here is that you can try recording yourself, following this script right here, this outline that I showed you. So is this something that you're planning to do as well? Practice recording your video without writing your script word per word? Of course, yeah, it's good to try. Yeah, and I can tell you that once you try that, you will realize that this is actually a lot easier than writing my script word per word. Yeah, yeah, of course. If you still want to use your script word per word, that's totally fine as well. I actually did in my last program, motion ads, and of course it still works. But what's working for me right now is that, like I said, uh, I realized that I'm actually going outside my comfort zone. So I'm training myself to try to create a video without a script and just talking casually. And so far, lately, it's working well for me. And of course, if you want to write your script word per word, that's totally fine as well. Just do what works for you. I just want to say that for me personally, lately, this is something that I'm now doing. All right, so like I said, this is the traditional video script, and of course you can just follow this format, and this is the academically correct way of doing it. But like I said, don't be boxed by this rule. Don't be limited by this rule. You can go crazy and do things in your own. You can even rearrange these things if you want. But there's just two things that I want to point out that you should not do, and that is you should not start your video by introducing yourself, and we made these mistakes in the past as well. We have these videos of real estate videos in the past wherein it started with, "Hi, my name is blah 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 blah, and I'm a real estate agent." And if you do that, you just wasted because the first like 3 to 5 seconds of your video is really crucial. And if you just introduce yourself during that very first part, your audience actually don't care. They really don't care. They watch your video because not because of you, but because they wanted to achieve some result that you can bring to them. So that must be the very first part that you need to show them. You need to mention about the result, a big promise or something. Just don't, or maybe a montage of video to excite them, but just don't start your video by introducing yourself. The next one is that avoid saying like, "Attention marketers," or "Attention business owners," "Attention homeowners." And again, that's something that I also did in the past, and it was working some years ago. But I learned from all the boot camps that I joined from really big guys out there that during this time around, people don't like to be called out. So avoid, doing using that in your script. Avoid saying "attention," whatever. Rather, you need to say things in another way. So instead of saying attention marketers, for example, I can say, or attention video marketers, like in my case, I can say, as someone who has been doing video marketing for quite some time now, something like that. So instead of saying attention your niche or your target audience, you can say as someone who has been like this or doing this. So those are just two things that I want you to avoid. But again, you can just play around with this and just create a content that works for you and make your video really distinct. So before we continue, I actually want actually want you to watch some unique, distinct videos here from marketers that are really crushing it. But if you watch their video, they actually broke this rule. They didn't follow the script, but their video is working well. So let me just share my screen right here. So are you familiar with ClickFunnels? And by the way, I'm not showing these videos to sell you this product. In fact, I'm not a member of this. I don't use this product myself, but I just wanted to use this as learning material for us to see how they did their sales video without following that rule. So like I said, you can actually break that rule. So let's start with ClickFunnels.
There's just been so many tools out there. Very few have been aggregated to do everything you need to do to create success.
ClickFunnels came out of nowhere. They took the marketplace by storm, just like Apple did when they first launched the iPhone.
ClickFunnels allows you to sell a product online quicker and faster than anything you've ever seen in your life.
It's just a simple way of making pages that convert. I mean, they're like business-oriented templates that already start beautiful that you can very easily customize.
I can be one guy sitting in a basement somewhere with a dream and a picture in my head, and in like no time at all, I've got this finished product. And it's not just a mock-up, dude, it's a finished product.
It's just drag and drop instead of coding.
I think that most people, when they hear technology, they get scared. You don't have to be scared anymore.
It's taking the sales process from in-person and just transferring the exact thing online.
Rather than taking a shotgun and blasting an entire market, you take this targeted approach and find the people who really are coming towards you already and help them along.
You can lead them through the steps of, okay, here's who we are, here's what we do, would you like to get some more information? Yes, okay, great.
So I had someone ask me that the other day. They said, what business can you use it with? And I said, everything.
We help gyms scale their businesses.
We're in the weight loss industry.
I have goats.
Teaching people how to do e-com.
We have a coaching.
All right, so let me just pause it right there. But as you can see, you got the idea. They did not follow that rule that I showed you earlier. Let me again share my screen right here. They did not start with a hook and then introduce themselves. In fact, you almost don't see Russell Brunson introducing himself in that sales video, but it's almost like a social proof overall. Can you see what they did right there? But while doing that social proof, they are also explaining the product right here. They are explaining their solution, and they are also relating with the problems of their audience. And it's no question that, of course, ClickFunnels is, their video is very effective. So that's what I'm trying to say here by breaking the rule. You don't have to follow this formula, but you can think of ways to jumble these things together and maybe make your video unique, but still very effective. But of course, you can only do that once you understand the concept of each of these elements of a sales video script. So, yep, so that's something that I recommend you to do. So after doing your content, I hope this already makes sense. So do we have a question here before I proceed? Because this is the most important part of this webinar. Before I proceed to the next part. Is that clear already? Okay, I think it's already clear. So let's then proceed to the next one. After crafting your content, whether you write your script word per word or just an outline as your guide, of course, the next thing that you need to do is to record your video. If you plan to do talking head video or live action video, you record some live action videos. Or if you plan to do animated videos, of course, you will not record videos, but you will gather materials like animations and whatnot that you can use for your video. And this is pretty straightforward. I don't have to dig deeper into this. And then, of course, the next one is to edit your video. And by the way, about editing, this is something that you can either do yourself if you are a do-it-yourself guy. But of course, if you think video editing is not for you, of course, you can always outsource, right? And finally, of course, once you have that video, you can then publish it to your sales page, like what I did here. So, all right, as you can see here, I already mentioned a lot of information. And in fact, some of the things that I said here, you can also just search them online. And information is all over the place right now, and it's even free. And you can just, search them online and get them however you want. But the question is that if all the video creation information is just free and just available out there, then why is it that not everyone is crushing it with videos, right? Why is it that not everyone is having this high converting sales video that's working well for them? And does that make sense? And the answer is that information alone is actually not enough. And I don't know if you agree with me, but even myself, I enrolled to some other courses in the past that I already totally forgot. I think I just started the first module and then I did not continue. And that's the problem with information overload, so information alone is actually not enough. And so what you need rather is the right environment, the right community, and motivation and accountability, plus of course the right resources. Because even if you have all the information all over the place online today, of course it's really great to filter them out, if what's the good information, if what's the correct information, if who is teaching the right way to do it and all that. So of course you need to have the right resources and the right environment and community. If you're doing this with like-minded people, it's really different, And I also joined some boot camp last year and last month, and it's really different compared to just going over a course yourself and by yourself. It's really different if it's a boot camp wherein you have this like-minded people and you are pushing each other. You have this accountability, and it's a lot easier for you to accomplish your goal if you are in the right community. So that's why I wanna, I created this boot camp as well, because I myself passed through some boot camps that really helped me, and so I wanna give you the same experience as well. I'm putting together this boot camp called 5-Day Sales Video Boot Camp, and this is what we're going to do here. So in this 5-Day Sales Video Boot Camp, we will create your unique high converting video in 5 days, and you can just spend at least 30 minutes a day in 5 days. So as you can see, no matter how busy you are, I believe you can always set aside at least 30 minutes a day in 5 days to create your sales video. And then this boot camp is an implementation-based boot camp, and you will be with like-minded people, and we will implement this together. And every day in 5 days, I will just give you, some things to do to accomplish in that certain day, and until in the 5th day, of course, you will have your video created already. So so that instead of just teaching you information after information, I want us all to do this together. This is an implementation-based program, and then of course I will still add additional resources about video editing, how to edit videos professionally, even if you're non-techie, you're not so much into editing videos, how to shoot your talking head videos so that it will look professional and all that. And of course, if you're someone who wanted to outsource, I will also show how to outsource video creation so that you will do it the right way, because a lot of people, especially in the video outsourcing industry, they do it the wrong way, and I will show you the right way on how to outsource the creation of your video in case that's something that you wanted to do. And yep, we also have some prizes in this bootcamp. And then at the end of this bootcamp, we will have a graduation webinar, and I'll show you how to drive quality traffic to your sales video, kind of like what I showed you earlier in the video marketing universe, but of course, we will dig deeper into that in that webinar, and I will go into scope of those video traffic and dig deeper into creating videos on those types of videos as well. So as you can see, this is really exciting, and I'm doing this so that you will stop spending on unnecessary video ads, because there's a lot of them popping out every single day. There's always a new revolutionary video creation tool that can, all those hypes and promises by marketers out there. So I know from experience that most of them are actually not unnecessary. They are, not useful at all, or even if, let's say, they work well, chances are you actually don't need them. If you remember the video formula that I showed you earlier, in most cases, you actually don't need those apps to create those types of video content. So through this bootcamp, you can avoid spending your money on such unnecessary tools. And then you can create an evergreen sales video so you can have your time back. Because once you create this sales video, you don't have to always create another get sales video. You can create this video not just today and use it not just today, but even actually in many years to come. And here you can stop hiding and actually let your voice be heard. And of course, I want to make you also, like what I said in my program, to transfer you from being unknown to a leader and authority in your industry. And just to share you some success stories, and social proof, and I'm applying what I'm teaching here, right? And this is actually a chain mauling, and we created his videos like 5 or 6 years ago. And what made him really stood out during those years is that because there were a lot of real estate agents and brokers during his time, but he was totally new. And what we did to make him unique and distinct is that we created these videos, and that's what made him stand out. And he was able to sell a lot of properties through videos. And a lot of brokers and agents during that time was wondering, what did this guy do? He's totally new, but how come he was able to sell a lot of properties? And of course, our secret is, well, videos. And of course, this was 6 years ago, but today almost everyone is now using videos as well. So we still, if we have to do this all over again, we again need to find ways to make our videos unique compared to other, let's say, real estate videos out there. So this is what I'm teaching you to do as well. And this is Mark Harry, and he's providing SEO services. He's actually like a legend in the SEO game. He changed his name now to SEO. I forgot, but I think he already changed his name. But yep, I've been creating his videos, a lot of his videos as well, and he was using those videos to generate a lot of leads and sales in his business. And he was so thankful about the videos that I created for him. And as you can see, in his case, we actually used animated videos because we have to explain concepts that are abstract, and so we have to use an animated video. And then this one is Francis Go. He's the one that I'm working with currently, and we actually created his ESL program sales video in the past. And currently, I'm also helping him create sales video for Hyundai, because he is a manager of a local dealership here in our country. So when we did this video, he was blown away with the results. And I'm sure that this video can generate a lot of results for him. So those are just a few of the entrepreneurs that I helped in creating their videos successfully. I still have a lot, but I don't want to make this video webinar too long. So let me just mention those things. So right now, I want to invite you so that we can continue doing this together. Like I said, so that instead of just learning a lot of information, we can implement this together. I want to invite you to join our bootcamp, and this will be the link to that bootcamp. It's chamaltatis.com/bootcamp. And by the way, let me just grab the link. But I just want to mention that the first batch will start on April 1st. But I want to reward those who will join early. So I have this coupon right here, which I will paste in the chat box later on. But right now, let me just copy that link so that in case you want to join right now, you can also join already. And by the way, this is very affordable. So So yep, let me just add the link in the chat box. There we go. So if you want to check out and let's continue implementing what I just showed you in this webinar, I highly recommend that you join this bootcamp, and this will be the coupon for you guys because you joined this webinar, so I want to reward you. And by the way, this coupon will soon expire, so make sure to use that coupon as early as possible. And by the way, if you join this bootcamp, of course, this is the masterclass webinar, Alexa, but the bootcamp will be the continuation, and it's the implementation based, and we will do it together with other members, and I will be giving you tasks from day 1 to day 5 until you finally finish your video. Of course, you are not forced to join. It's optional to join. If you don't like to join, that's totally fine. I understand that. But I just want to mention this bootcamp as well, so that if you want to continue in an implementation-based way together with like-minded people in a community, then yeah, I highly recommend that you join this bootcamp as well. Is that clear? Let's see. Where do you enter the coupon? It should appear. Wait. Yep. Thanks for the question, Dennis. Let me just. I think I need to fix my checkout page right here. I'm sorry. But let me just. Okay. Yeah. I will fix the checkout page in a while. Oh, if you already joined something, Alexa, you probably already that's it. You probably already joined the bootcamp. So I'll check into that, Alexa. You can send me a PM or a message, and I'll check into that. So yep, let me just hang in here for a while. If you have some questions that you want me to answer or so, you can also ask questions and before we end this webinar. But yep, you can join that bootcamp, and let me just fix the coupon where you can enter the coupon. And I'm not sure why it's not appearing, but let me just fix that checkout page. Or better yet, do you want me to rather just lessen the price so that you don't have to enter a coupon? Yeah, I think instead of using a coupon, yeah, okay, Alex. Okay. Instead of using a coupon, let me just rather lessen the price minus $5 so that you don't have to enter a coupon already. Okay, so yeah, and yep, if you still have some questions before, and yeah, by the way, just want to remind you about our contest. You can go to our Facebook group, and you can add any light bulb moment. You can use the hashtag light bulb moment. Let me show that again. And I will pick the best light bulb moment, and I can actually work one-on-one session with you, and we will create your video script together. So you can use this hashtag light bulb moment, and you can post whatever enlightenment or new things that you learned from this webinar. And if you want, you can add an image, a video, or a GIF, whatever. And I will pick the winner, and I will have a free one-on-one session with you. So that's something that you can do while I'll fix this. I'll lessen the pricing so that you don't have to enter a coupon code already. All right. Okay. VGOs. What's my opinion about VGOs? Yeah, I actually created my latest review. If you watched that before, and I mentioned my pros and cons about the software, because yeah, in the past I actually recommended it a lot because it's a good software, right? It works really well. It can create um, beautiful animations and such. Although, as I mentioned in my latest review, it's not something that I recommend anymore because uh, how can I say this? First off, the render time for the, especially if you only got the front end has just limited templates, and you need to upgrade to some kind of template club plus for you to render the video faster. So that's what I don't like about it. So if you are someone who's creating a lot of logo animations and such, and you're providing this as a service, yep, it might be something that can be useful for you. But if you're someone who who will just render a single logo at one time, and you will use that for your business, I don't think you actually need videos. So that's just my take on it. Okay. So yeah, I already removed the coupon, so I lessened the pricing, so you don't have to add a coupon if you will join the bootcamp already. So you can join at a very affordable price because you joined this webinar. So that's my reward for you. The biggest roadblock for people. What are the biggest roadblock for people that get into this business? Do you mean, Alexa? Do you mean going into the video service business? Is that what you mean? Okay. Uh, Obstacle, roadblocks. Roadblocks usually is the getting of clients, because the competition right now, especially in the video creation industry, is really fierce. There's a lot of great video creators out there, unlike 10 years ago that we just dominated this niche. But today there's a lot of people who can already create videos well. And so that's one challenge. The competition is really hard nowadays. And so if you want to, like what we talked about in this webinar, right? If you're someone who's providing video services, you have to find a way for you to stand out compared to the rest out there, so that you can just win the competition. So I'll just edit my sales page right here. So I mentioned. Okay, so there we go. Okay, good. All right, so we are about to end in a while. So anyone wants to say something, you can let me allow to. If you wanna unmute yourself and maybe say something, let me just allow the unmute here. We are ending in a while, but if any one of you wanna say something before we go, you can unmute yourself and any takeaways or whatsoever. Although, like I said, you can do that in our Facebook group later on as well, using the hashtag lightbulb moment. But if any one of you want to say something, you can unmute yourself before we go.
This
okay,
is
Alexa.
Hi, this is Alexa.
You want to open your cam so that we can see you?
Okay, so I am. So,
hey.
So I just want to thank you for always doing a great job with kind of step by step.
Can you hear her audio?
No, you can't hear my audio. So
yeah,
is it okay? Okay, all right. I just wanted to thank you for this, and I appreciate just the step-by-step model that you do. And I don't always get on the front end of what you're doing, but I always try to follow up and catch up with you. So thanks for everything, and thanks for your willingness to teach us all these steps. Thanks.
You're welcome. My pleasure. So anyone else? Mark, you wanna say something?
Apologies first of all, because I had to step away because we've had some family issues to sort out. So I missed a lot of what you were talking about with regards to the boot camp, unfortunately. So I'll go over the sales page, have a look at it, and see if it's something that is the right fit for me at the moment, Chan.
Okay, no problem. All right, so yeah, before we end this webinar, there will be a replay, and I will add that probably, I don't know, like 6 or 8 hours from now. It's already nighttime here in the Philippines, so I have to sleep later on. So that will be available like hopefully 6 or 8 hours later on. And I encourage you to still watch the replay, because I know I mentioned a lot of things here and it's hard to swallow them all up in one single session. So I encourage you to watch that replay once it's up. So also personally, I want to thank everyone else. By the way, for others, can you, if it's possible for you to open your cam so that I can have a picture, we can have a picture taking before we go. Vic, Christian, Tom, Mark, Alexis, Dennis, Marshall. Is it okay if you can open your cam so that we can have a picture? Come on, guys. Hey, all right. So you can also grab your phone and take some pictures if you want. Tom, Marshall, Vic, is it okay if you can open your cam for a while? All right, that's okay. Maybe they are still camera shy like me. Okay, then. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thanks a lot for being with me, guys. Out of all those who registered, you are the one who joined me until the end. So I really acknowledge you for that. Thanks a lot for your time. And thanks a lot for being with me. And I hope to see you soon in the bootcamp. And we continue to do this in an implementation way, and create videos that can stand out and, to become an authority leader in your niche and in your program. So thanks a lot, guys. And see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Good night. Good morning for other places. Okay, bye. 3, 2, 1, and